The beginning of something is killing, and I mean, it's like you guys have been doing these
You've
five
done
in
it
one
before.
package deals, so you should know how to do this.
You
You've
should.
done it.
It's not hard. Uh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if they hadn't done it already, like if this is the first time they had done it,
sure,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, sure, all right, no problem whatsoever.
Somebody
It's
somebody
a little
is
clunky, but I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
somebody's just thinking about it weird because of the way they were told or something like
Hmm.
that. It's like, okay, yeah,
Yeah. But I
but
just
it's
went.
like, no, no,
And then Mike Smith was like, he's like, no, I read it that way too. That they're all 99 or $100 a piece. And I
a
was like,
piece, yeah.
well, at least it wasn't me. But then they send the email out that came out at 7:30 last night from customer service. So I guess I don't know, I can't remember if I've ordered something from the site or somehow I'm on the store's mailing list.
Mhm.
And so I got an email from the store saying, "Hey, these items have been added." And then they explain in the email, "Hey, if you want these," and then explain the. I was like, "Oh, okay. Maybe you should send the email out first."
Or how about dog? If you have to explain it, there's probably a problem.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're aware of it, worst of all, and you're not changing it.
yeah,
So you set it up problematically, and rather than changing it, you're explaining it.
yep.
What? Yeah, that is not very customer
I
servicey,
was like,
especially not today, nowadays. I mean, come
but
on.
Anthony can throw a package down a set of stairs in a heartbeat. I
Oh
still
yeah,
get
flick it and fling
that
it, and yeah.
that tweet. I saw that tweet again today for some unknown reason. Like I was following, I forgot why I saw it again, but it still gave me, it just still
Somebody
made me
liked it
shiver.
or whatever.
Maybe,
No
yeah.
doubt, man.
But I was
He
just
was
like, oh my
brutal to
god.
that.
I was like, oh my god, I don't need to see this again. But yeah, I mean, no, he's right though. Proved the point that that it can withstand anything.
That
So
reminds me of, I was, what was I? A freshman? Yeah, I guess a freshman in college.
mhm.
So that would have been 86, 87. And a buddy of mine was trying to convince me about this new technology called a CD
Oh
and all
wow.
the benefits of it.
Yep.
And he was talking about how indestructible it was, and he was flinging it, off the door and off the wall.
Mm,
Well, the walls in the dorm room had a tack board or a punch board where you
mhm.
could thumbtack things to it, and the border was a metal flange border like you'd see around like an aluminum window or something like that,
Yeah.
right? And he pitched it one time across the room, and it hit right on that thing and shattered that
Oh no.
that CD, and it was like indestructible. Yeah.
Yep.
And it was one
Mhm.
that he liked too. He was a big Madonna fan, and it was Madonna's
Oh
current
no.
CD. He had a cow. It's like, well, there you go. No matter how indestructible, I don't think they're intended to be thrown around like
No, no,
that,
no, no,
man.
no.
It's
That
this
was
shit's gonna happen.
the fun thing, back when I was working in this at Stewart's IT group, back before I got laid off. Um, we were transferring stuff and everything, licenses and stuff like that. So we had a bunch of software CDs and DVDs that we just didn't need anymore.
Mhm.
And we'd already done everything that we needed. They were just taking up space. And so the three of us in the IT staff, um, took them out in the field and used them for target practice. It was hilarious. It's like they are
Oh,
not they are not indestructible.
indestructible?
I
No.
can tell you that for
No.
sure. That was my reminder on Facebook. We're now live on Facebook as well. So if you
Mhm.
are checking us out on YouTube, on Twitter, or Facebook, welcome. We're just chatting here a little bit before we get started. So hope all of you are doing well. We're once again gonna stretch out to all the social medias. If you guys have a different, and ladies too, if you have any other social media streaming platforms maybe that you think would be a good option for us, let me know because we can push this out to several other ones. Twitch being one of them. I thought about doing that just for fun. Um, I don't know what that would do on the StreamYard side of things. That'll be fun, but we'll see. But yeah, if you like watching the live show on different platforms, just make some suggestions and we'll see if we can do that. The
Set
idea
up a
is
Discord channel and send it to Discord.
and I can't look right now because we're already in this in
Right.
a broadcast, but
Is Discord not one of their
I
selections?
don't remember. That's why I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
would need to get out of this to take a look. But yeah, I'll
I thought
definitely take a look at that as well.
it would be big enough to be included, but maybe
You would,
Twitch is the only
well,
one
there are a
like that.
couple of. I mean, there's like 10 outlets that you can send it
Hmm.
to. I forget what they all are, but one or two of them I didn't even know what it was. So Discord may be one that you can do, but
Probably, if you don't recognize them, they're probably foreign countries. Like, what is the
maybe
big one in China? Meebo or something like that.
that may be one that I saw.
There's a big. I don't know what it's like. I don't know if it's like Facebook or like Twitter or whatever. But MEIBO, I think Meebo is the biggest one in China, I believe.
Let's see.
Don't ask me why I know that. I got
I'm not going to ask you.
so much useless shit rattles around in my head all the time. I don't know where I got it.
It's good.
I could
Mux
be
is
wrong.
one of them.
Okay. Sup, Doug? I'm doing well, sir.
Okay, so we can send it to Facebook pages, Facebook groups, Facebook profiles, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Hoppin,
HOPPIN.
HOPIN,
HOPIN.
and then a custom RTMP, which I'm not sure what RTMP
Hoppin
is.
is labeled as event technology that connects people. I guess that's kind of like Zoom or your Microsoft, whatever that one is called.
Okay.
I guess it's that kind of thing. A proprietary video teleconferencing online conference hosting platform.
That's a lot going on there.
Yeah, that's from its Wikipedia entry, which, as we know nowadays, may or may not be accurate. So.
Yeah, true. So very, very true. So, but yeah, so we'll try different things as we go. Probably next week we'll try. I'll set us up with. I've already got. I don't have one for Boom Addiction, but I'll set up a Twitch account, and we'll try that out and see how that works too. Give it the old college try. So.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, who didn't see the tweets or the Facebook, I mean, we've got it right here in the heading. But we're going to be talking about August 2023 solicitations. So all the stuff that's in the previews catalog will be discussed. So if you've got some books that you know that are coming out from Boom, do you want to highlight, do so in the chat and we'll bring it up. So hello Terry.
Moore. We can do FOC too if you want.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, regular show, just no reviews.
The main topic is I got
Yeah.
you. Well, not the regular because there are no books to talk.
Well, that's true. Well, that's what I just said. We're doing a regular show, but no reviews.
Minus regular appended.
We should have come back and amended the FOC because apparently the was it Fearless, the deluxe hardcover? Not Fearless. What was that? Last week a deluxe hardcover came out from Boom. Or it was in this no, it wasn't FOC, it was new releases. It was I forget what the book was now. But they did release deluxe hardcover last week. Or this
and it wasn't listed?
It wasn't listed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I saw it. It was like Saturday, I think is when I saw it. And I was like, or no, I think it was Monday when they
so it was released this week?
Yeah.
Is what you're saying? Okay, let's see what
was it Faithless or
let's see. Boom.
Fence.
See, is this right? 6
previous week.
7. No, 6 7. That's next week.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Here, 531. Here we go. All right. Expanse Dragontooth 1, Faithless Deluxe
Yep.
Edition hardcover, and Slipcase Edition.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was
That
released,
was an
and the
interesting one to get that
Grim Reaper pack.
treatment. They did not promote it very well. Like, I had
Yeah,
forgotten, like, I think I saw it when it got sold. I don't even know if I even saw it when it got
I
solicited.
I don't remember a deluxe edition that I
Yeah.
saw a deluxe edition for that now.
Hyper. I like deluxe
I like
hardcovers.
deluxe hardcover. I like
Yes.
eggs. And if
So
anybody gets that reference, good on you. That's kind
I
of a deep dive there.
I was doing my FOC order. I went to the comic shop yesterday, which I hadn't been in 3 weeks, and the guy, one of the guys working behind the counter, was, we were just chatting because I hadn't been there in a while, and they've got this. They're not using Diamonds like website to do order. I don't even know what they're using, but it's a very good website. Whoever built it, however they're using it, it works very, very good. But they've got it up on their register, their tablet screen, and everything. And so he's like, yeah. So when a customer comes up, or somebody comes in that they know has a pull list, they'll go ahead and pull their pull list up on the register
Okay.
screen. So, they can go in there, and if they need
Edit
to
it right there.
edit stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all right there. They're anticipating people doing that.
Sure.
And it even pulls up, shows your discounts and stuff like that. So anyway, so I go in there, and I'm talking to the guy, and he's just like, yeah, I see that you're pre-ordering a lot of stuff. And I said, yeah. I said, I use FOC a lot now instead of subscribing to books soon as previews comes out.
Mhm.
Because things change and this and that and everything, and it helps me sort of budget stuff better and all this other stuff. And he's like, yeah. So we got talking about that, and so I said, yeah, usually it's like Friday, Saturdays when I'll do my FOC. Well, I was looking at FOC today, and shocking, I skipped the Mark Silvestri Batman Joker series solely to get the hardcover version. Like, I did not
Okay.
want to get the
Right.
single issues.
Right.
I did it briefly, but I was like, nope, nope. I'm gonna hold fast and hold on, go for the hardcover. And so that was on FOC. Only $30 for a deluxe hardcover. So I
For
was like,
5
for
issues?
seven issues.
7?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's 7. It's either 5. I want to say it was 7. Yeah.
Wow, $30 deluxe for 7. That's maybe one of the best deals I've heard.
And the funny thing is, I forget who the store, and I'm looking it up just to double check. But there was a store. Forget I'm on a bunch of stores mailing list for some unknown reason. Um, but they're selling signed. I think it's Collector's Paradise. But they're selling um deluxe hardcovers that Mark Silvestri has signed, and so they have their own certificate of authenticity and everything
Okay.
else. But they were selling it for like $30
Signed.
signed. So yeah,
Just by Silvestri?
just by, so yeah, so it's 7. Okay,
Mm.
I just pulled it up. It's 7 issues, yeah,
Wow.
for $30. 208 pages.
Wow, I mean, that just sounds fishy. That's like they well, no, it's like they've mislabeled the price or something like that. Nobody was
Right.
co or something. It's like,
Somebody
"What?"
had, hey,
Yeah, and then you tack on a signature, and it's like, "What?"
yeah. So it
Yeah,
was kind of
wow.
crazy. So I almost ordered from them, from
Mhm.
Collectors. And again, I might be wrong if it was Collectors Paradise, but it was one of those stores like that, that does a lot of signature stuff and everything. And I'm I don't need it to be signed. It'd be cool. I mean, Silvestri is my favorite artist. Um, Cyberforce is, one of my favorite books and all this other stuff. But and his
Hyper likes signatures
I
too.
like signature. I like deluxe hardcovers. I like signatures. I like pie. So
I like eggs.
when I started collecting X-Men, Sylvester was the artist. Right
Okay,
at Fall Mutants and all this other shit. So
right.
Sylvester's always been that guy for me. So yeah, so when he was doing this series, it was extremely hard for me not to collect everything. I think I even said when it first got announced, I'm buying everything. I
Mhm.
was like, no, it's a bad idea. Let's not do that. Let's not fall. Let's not go broke. so so yeah, when I knew they were going to put out some kind of hardcover, so I was like, I'll just wait. So FOC, it came on FOC, and it was still $30, and I'm like, sweet, we're going to do that. That's how we're going to buy
Wow.
it. So
My my recent deviation from stuff that I normally do like that, similar to that, was I got a copy of Batman 900 with the
mm,
Neil Adams cover,
hmm
the Neil Adams variant.
yeah, that's pretty nice. Neil
Yeah,
Neil Adams Batman's always good.
it's a nice cover, kind
Yep.
of, throwbacky
Oh
compared to
yeah, yeah,
the art in there today. But yeah, I was like, okay, I'll I'll support the deceased, right? Isn't he gone?
yeah.
Neil
I think
Adams,
so.
a handful of years now? Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was. I don't know how in the hell they got him to. I'm kidding. Please, people, I'm kidding. Okay, yeah, don't don't do that.
Don't get angry.
No,
Don't get angry.
don't get anything.
Don't do it. Yeah. No
It's a joke.
letters. No. It was
It's a joke. Um,
all right. Let's you wanna go ahead and jump in?
yeah, yeah, let's do
Cool.
it.
Before we get in too much trouble. So
Yeah, really.
before I do all that, you know what? I did forget to pull up previews for
FOC.
FOC.
Okay,
Even though you said that out loud, I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. And
okay.
then I was like, nope, still hadn't pulled it up
I'll
yet.
I'll start on it here while you're getting it up and displayed. Nice mix of individual issues for ongoings, ongoings. Yeah, that's the right word. One shots, trades, collected. Some good selection. 5, 10, 15, 18 different individual SKUs here.
Cool.
Starting off, we have the
Hold on, we
Berserker
hadn't even started the show yet.
One shot. Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, we hadn't started. I just said that in my head. I was like, oh, we
I
actually hadn't
haven't done
started the
anything.
show
Yeah,
yet. I
just
hadn't done
just
anything yet.
started it out there in
we,
hinterlands, and that's
we
it.
just
Okay,
started.
I got you. Yeah,
We're so used to starting right at
we've
9 o'clock.
we've never done it
This,
before. This is
no,
all brand new. It's
right?
yeah. So
Almost 100 episodes. Yeah.
enjoy the ride.
So, all right,
Wow.
let's
No,
officially
I
start
am
the
not
show.
asking for hate mail, Hyper. I am not. I will not do hate mail well. Don't anybody send me
Oh
hate
man,
mail.
no. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to Boom Addiction. I am
Welcome back.
there you go. That's right. So I'm one of your hosts, Chris Martin, and with me as always is Mr. Ed. I got nothing
Welcome
more.
back.
Talk about
Yeah,
nothing. Like
I got nothing for the title there for my title. I don't know.
if you watch us on YouTube or anywhere you see the video stream, we always have our names, and Ed always likes to put some sort of
Yeah,
call
nickname or
sign in the
whatever. Yeah,
middle. Yeah.
whatever you want to call that. Call sign. Yeah, I haven't used Maverick yet.
Yeah.
Iceman. I'm holding on to those.
So apparently
Wizard.
Ed had too much going on today. So
Yeah,
so
I got nothing.
that's how we're gonna go with that. So but yeah, this is episode 4. We are back. This is our previews. We'll be talking about August 2023 solicitations. So that'll be a good time full of that. Before we get to all of that, we do want to. I don't know. There's no news now that I think about it.
Mm-mm.
No news. I did joke around a little bit that we talk about, the current variant cover issue, but not going to do that either. It's not a thing I want to do. Although it's fun.
I will go ahead and throw out. I am moderately disappointed that the new Boom episode did not drop today.
Yeah, I was curious about the Boom
That
Direct.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it must be next Thursday is when they are going to release it because
Yeah,
I don't know, the holiday maybe, or
yeah.
this
Who
barely
knows?
qualifies as the first Thursday of the month.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
it is the very first day. So
Yeah, so
yeah, Anthony didn't, when we questioned questioned him about it, he did seem a little
Mm,
hesitant in what the answer
yeah.
was. But they record a
Yeah.
week in advance or
It's
whatever, and
it's
so
in the can, and he has handed it off and
yeah,
moved to other things, and
he's
so it's
like,
like,
"That's not my job
well,
anymore."
yeah, somebody said that it was gonna. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yep. So yeah,
It's
I did look for that too because I was like, "Oh man, I wonder,
Yep.
what interview or whatever they're going to be doing."
Yeah,
So
that's what I was interested in. Yeah. So
yeah,
so I'll start looking next week.
yep. So
Unless
yeah,
I guess it could drop tomorrow, but that would mess up their schedule already.
yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's Boom Direct, Spoon Studios' own podcast and YouTube video show. What they do is the first Thursday of every month, which would technically be not technically, it is
It
today,
is today,
the
but yeah.
first. But it also is the first time that they've had the first be a Thursday.
Plus, it's a
So
holiday week. I mean,
plus
we
it's a
had a
holiday
holiday
week.
Monday,
Yep.
so yeah.
So we had been given word sort of that it might be today, but it's probably gonna be next Thursday, which is cool. But if you've not checked it out, just go to Boom Studios' YouTube channel and check out. It's an abbreviated video of the entire show. You get the full show if you go listen to the podcast on whatever podcast thing that you use. And so usually that's about an hour long, and then the YouTube video is about 20-ish, 25 minutes long or whatever. So um I personally watch the YouTube thing first, then go back and listen to the podcast later
Mhm.
on that day. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
usually launch it, around noonish, but it's at least on that first Thursday. So I highly recommend checking it out.
For those of you that are seeing over here on the side, this is Aubrey.
It's,
She's the
it's
it's the fuzzy female, the fuzzy sister to the big hunk of cat that you always see walking
right.
across my face. Yeah, that's his little sister.
So, all right, since we have no news or whatever, we can jump into um FOC.
FOC,
Yep.
FOC. All right.
So let me if I can bring up my screen correctly. Boop, there we go.
Entertain you.
So FOC, these are the FOC orders are due June 5th, which is obviously on a Monday, but do check with your local shops, whoever you're doing FOC, whoever has your pull list or who you're doing FOC orders through. Their deadline could be sooner, could be Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I know Lunar, if your publishers through Lunar or something like that, I think Sunday is when they have to have their orders in. So either way, my shop does it on cutoff for FSC is on Saturday. So um, midnight Saturday. So I always have to get my stuff in. So, and apparently I have a crap ton of stuff. So I'm known as the guy who his startup screen takes forever at the comic shop. So
Ah,
it's
okay.
because John was like, said, yeah, I go and click on your name and it kind of hesitates while it loads. he said,
Yep.
most folks, you just click on their name and it pops right
Just
up on the
pops right up.
screen.
Yeah.
Yours, he goes, you're not the only one, but since you're here, I'm gonna pick on you, kind of thing.
Yep.
Click on your name and just kind of hums for a little bit and the lights dim and then it pops up.
There you go.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Our diesel generator kicks in the
Right,
back.
yeah.
And
Like I
yeah.
didn't realize I was ordering so much and giving your store so much money. So I apologize. I will stop.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's take a quick dive. You wanna dive
Oh,
into some of these?
okay. Yep. We'll start off here. Their first item listed is the Berserker one shot that's coming up, Poetry of Madness. They're showing us 4 covers.
Mhm.
That could be all that there is. I doubt it, but
Oh no. No, there's more.
figure there's going to be more.
There's some black and
Um,
white ones.
oh, okay. So you've
Yeah.
already seen some.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
seen a few of them.
Yeah, it looks like A and B covers are regular price, but then the price goes up for
Yeah.
anything beyond that because the C and D is what they have listed here,
Well,
which
yeah, and those are the foils.
the
So,
foils for A and B. So they're a
yeah.
couple bucks more.
I am
Yeah,
really
you're right.
looking
That's
forward to this this particular one.
Uh,
I'm a fan of Steve Scroce, so I haven't seen him do a book in a while. I know he's done. There's a Marvel thing book, Clobbering Time or whatever, that he's
yeah, that's
doing.
coming out now. Yeah.
Yeah, so but I'm not picking that one up. But yeah, so I'm kind of
Well,
curious on what kind of story he's going to provide us.
g- I believe I recall seeing that it is a in the past story,
Yeah. Hmm.
which is cool. But I am far more interested in the future. What has happened since the end of the series.
Yeah.
That's what really got me. There's plenty of blanks to fill in the past, sure,
In
but
80,000 or whatever
oh,
years.
he's done a couple things that wasn't in the series. Yeah,
Yeah. So, but yeah, that'll be good to check out.
Next thing we're shown here is 4 covers for the first issue of Creed Next Round, which is coming out. A, B, oh, E, and G. So there's
Yeah.
several letters there that they're not listing here.
Hmm.
And this takes place between the first and second movies or
No,
after the second?
this is after the third.
After the third movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
this is his daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first movie, so
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
know
the
what's
first one. I
happened
hadn't
in
seen
any of
the
the
other
others.
ones yet.
Okay.
But
But
yeah, this is her journey as she's a fighter. She's apparently, one of those, she's a protege or not a pro, yeah. But she's looking to one, get a new trainer, get better, but she's beating everybody.
mm,
And so I guess there's some question about who her new trainer is. Her dad's not too keen on it, those kind of things. So it'll be a coming of age kind of family
yeah,
drama kind of thing. So it'll be interesting.
and it is supposed to be canon with the movies,
Yeah.
so yeah, it'll be interesting if it's someone in his career that he's beaten that she takes on as her new
Yeah.
trainer.
Yeah.
That would that would cause some friction.
Right. Yeah. Mr. T. No.
There you go.
Go pull it.
Apollo, a resurrected Apollo.
Yeah.
That's who
So
does it.
now what was his Crusher Lang was his
Clubber.
Clubber Lang was
Clubber
his.
Lang, yeah, was
Yeah.
Mr. T's, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we have the Damn Them All trade paperback, first volume, FOC. We
Oh,
have
whoops.
oh, going wrong way.
Well,
Oh,
no. I had only shown the comics, not the trades. So when you said
oh,
damn them all, I was like, oh wait,
oh, okay.
clicked on the wrong
I
thing.
just have everything selected, I
Yep.
guess. I never turn anything off really when I look. Um, Next up we have two, yeah, 2 covers for Expanse, the Dragon Tooth, issue
Hmm.
number 3 of 12. Haven't been reading that, unfortunately. I don't know. I haven't read any of the novels. I've watched the first, like, 3 seasons or maybe 4 seasons of the TV show,
Hmm.
but I'm behind on that too because I think the TV show is done at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 seasons, I think, is what it did. It
Something like that. Yeah.
went over to another streamer and finished up for a season or 2. So, I'm I don't know. I'm kind of worried that all of that gap will be too much for me to really get into it, kind of like I am with Power Rangers. Although I try. I haven't given up hope on Power Rangers, but I haven't tried Expanse because
I think, yeah, I think Expanse. After I read that first issue of this series, I realized I had to look at it just as a brand new thing for me, which
right.
it for the most part is. I wasn't lost as far as like this is new, but I was 100% certain that there were things happening in that
Sh
issue
sh Sure.
that I was clueless on.
Right. What led up to this? Well, why did they
Yeah,
do that? Well,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
All right. Next up, we've got the 5th trade, although it is the hardcover for
mhm,
Magic the Gathering. Um, issues, well, if my issues 21 through 25, which actually is the final
yep,
because it ended at 25, with what one off solicited and already FOC'd, and another one solicited and not FOC'd,
right, yeah,
right? so far?
I think
We've heard
so, yeah.
about 2 one-shots?
Mhm.
All right,
I
Mosley.
did and not I'm
Go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you, but I
No, go ahead.
did, Rich, I always pronounce his name, but Rich, Duke, who co-wrote Magic with Jed McKay, he's working on both of those, one-shots. I did ask him, I said, is since Magic is ending, does that mean they're setting it up for, a new creative team to come on or whatever? And he was like, as far as he was aware, because I was trying to hint that I really felt that he should be the next writer,
Right.
um, because he's so involved in it. But from what he said is that he has no, knowledge that they're going to create another ongoing series, but they definitely have these 2 one shots coming out. Um, but that was all he knew. So when I
Oh,
told him,
wow.
well, I
Okay.
felt like Boom had done a really good job with the property. I don't know
Yeah,
what the
what the
license agreement is
licensing
or
deal
the
is, yeah.
length of it is. So maybe it's just coming to an end. I don't know. But I told him I would bug him a little bit in a couple months if I hadn't heard anything
Right.
to see if he had heard anything.
Well,
So
I feel personally that if they did if the license moved on for whatever reason, I don't know of anybody that could do it better than what Boom did.
I agree. Yeah.
No matter, DC Marvel, I don't think that the product would turn out to be any better than what Boom did with it. How
Hmm.
they positioned it, marketed it, what was inside the pages. It was a very enjoyable book.
Yeah.
I dropped off just because I just moved on to reading other things. I only have a set anymore. I
Oh
only have a
yeah.
set attention span,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I do
And
want to pick up these hardcovers though. I think that'd be a good way to read it, to catch
I
up and
yeah,
read it all.
I think it would be too. Yeah, you're right. All right, next out will be Mosley issue number 5, which is the ultimate issue. That sounds so weird. I
Not the
don't even know.
penultimate.
No, exactly. Well, see, if the penultimate is the one before the
Why shouldn't
end,
this be the ultimate?
yeah, then the last issue has to be the ultimate issue, which just sounds weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the final issue of Mosley, which, yeah, the way that the story has been going and where it left off with issue 4, yeah, issue 5 pretty much has been set up as being
Oh yeah.
uh, probably the end of the story, not
Yeah.
just the end of the chapter, but the story itself. So
Yeah.
it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Kind of sad to see it go. I wish 2 or 3 chapters back they had swerved a little bit and not been so intense, and it be a 8, 10
Oh yeah.
issue story,
Yeah.
something like
I
that. But
agree.
a couple issues in, you could see the pace that they were writing at. Yeah, it was
Hmm.
they were definitely planning to end it in 5.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
next out will be Neighbors issue number 4 of 5. It's been getting progressively weirder. Um,
Yes.
this last issue just ended really weird. Some insight into the entire town where they live. Insight into the Yeah, I don't have any notes here. The mother of the older daughter.
Yeah.
Um, well, I guess I'm sorry. Yeah, the mother of the older daughter. So leaving uh her, wow, what would be appropriate? Her significant other.
Yeah.
They, I guess, leaving them. Kind of holding their stuff, as the kids would say back in my day. Just not knowing, So, yeah. Anyways, um, entertaining,
Yeah. Oh,
fun
for
story
sure.
so far.
I've been enjoying it. Yeah.
2 covers, A and B there on that one, and then we finish up the FOCs for this week with Seasons Have Teeth issue number 3, which should be what, fall, I guess, if they're
Yes.
going through it. And that is another one that is, I don't know, it's very seemingly short and abrupt to me.
Yeah.
Uh, the 4 seasons, and each season definitely is being written as a distinctive chapter.
Yeah.
Um, it's
I would have liked these to have been like double sized issues
something. It just,
or
uh,
48 pages or whatever, that's
yeah,
pretty much double sized. But yeah, something maybe, square bound editions or, something to that effect. I
they're
think
bigger, so spread them out a little bit more. That's
yeah,
fine,
yeah. I
you
mean,
know?
it felt like there was a lot that could be told, or maybe it's, as a reader, I wish there was more that had been told.
Right, right,
I think each season you could really kind of sort of flesh that out more, and also give our lead character, some more time to sort of provide these flashbacks and stories of his life, and how it
right.
relates to this particular season, and all that. I mean, I think there could have been a lot of really good opportunity there, but they felt that this was the way to go, so this is what we're
Right.
getting.
Yeah,
So
for standard size issues, but
yeah.
yeah, I definitely think this concept had room for a lot more if
Yeah.
they, and they still could do that. I would not be surprised to see this come around for another volume with another person's
Oh, yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
um, because we don't know that there hasn't been a single person that over the course of whatever time period hasn't interacted with each of these beings as well, just in a different capacity, you know? So,
Yeah.
but and the covers are an A and an unshown C cover, so there is at least a B cover, if not more for this one too.
Yeah, so it's the FOC reveal on the FOC with no
Oh, is that what it
reveal.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, so
uh,
it's yeah.
and this is why I also tell people, when you look at FOC listings for any publisher, looking at it earlier in the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday, um, they just don't have all the covers ready yet,
Okay.
or sent in, or however it gets processed. So usually, come Saturday, or Friday afternoon, that's usually when, covers like this get populated,
Okay.
and any kind of second, third printings or whatever, additional printings and those kind of things get added as well. So if you're into those kind of things, because I know these FOC reveal covers are always, a lot of folks like to pick those up, as part of their collections and stuff like that. And a lot of times they're just like, well, I don't know what it is, so I don't want to order something I don't know what it looks like. I'm like,
Right.
totally agree. I'm right there
Yeah.
with you. So that's
They're not
usually what.
even they're not even telling you who it is yet.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the other exposed covers tell us who the cover artist is,
Yeah.
but this one doesn't.
Yep. So that's it for FOC. Again, these are all the things come FOC order for next Monday, the 5th. So get up with your shop if you are ordering any of these, and let them know sooner than later. So all right, moving on to new books next week. I can't believe this is it. I'm looking at League of Comic Geeks website. Is this all that really? I haven't looked actually to see what is coming out next week. Is this it?
No, it shouldn't be because I looked at something here from Comic List for 6/7, and there was,
There's a lot of variant
well,
covers for
yeah, I was
Fence.
going to say no. I guess Fence Redemption.
Yep.
What have you got? Yeah, a lot of Once Upon a Time
Hmm.
at the End of the World variants. It looks like A
Yep.
through G. So yeah, so I guess what
That is it. Oh, okay.
two just two actual books,
Yeah.
new
So
books.
two new books next week and a trade. So we get Fence Redemption #1 with ABC, a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, and an unlockable. That's the FOC cover. Um, and then we get Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, which is a really fun series. This is issue 6. We get an ABC. C is a foil. Then we get the 1 in 25, the 1 in 50, and the 1 in 75.
Do you
And
have a
then,
Stephanie
oh, excuse
Hans
me. And
up
then
there?
there's a
Okay.
one. Hers is the 1 in 100. I just didn't
Okay.
scroll. I didn't scroll far enough. And then we get the trade paperback for Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, the first book one, which is the first 5 issues. So,
I also have listed here from Comic List, which this email went out on the 28th, so I don't know if it's still accurate, but I see Go-Go Power Rangers Deluxe Edition Volume 2 hardcover
hmm,
solicited,
okay.
and Ghost Lore Volume 1 second printing, issue 1 second printing.
Okay, and that's probably a better source to go with than League of Comic Geeks, since this is up to people to add to it instead of
People generated, yeah.
the actual source. So,
So yeah, so there we go. But still, just two regular issues
yep,
and two trades and then a second printing.
yep, cool. Not a whole lot. I do think it's a good opportunity. If you've not had a chance to read the first book or first 5 issues of Once Upon a Time, um, great opportunity to pick up that trade and check it
Okay,
out.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Issue 6 for Once Upon a Time comes out next week,
Yep,
and the trade comes out next week.
yep.
Have they been doing that? That sounds kind of weird timing.
They have done it on occasion.
Huh.
This series itself is, a little different because it's already been solicited as like 3 books of
Right,
5
right.
issues. And so each volume it has a
Oh, okay.
different artist.
So the
So
trade will have 5.
yeah.
It won't have 6. Okay, I
No,
was
no, no,
thinking
no.
6 was the end of the issue, but then yeah,
Oh
like
no,
you said,
this is chapter one. Yeah,
okay,
6 is
it's a
chapter one of the next book. Yeah.
it's kind of a ongoing, I guess,
Yeah.
or if you wanna. Okay, I got you. So see, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. That's cool.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
Not a problem.
It happens to the best of us.
Mm, yeah, some of us more than others, yeah.
All right. So let me switch over to our
Previews.
previews. So yeah, so this episode we're going to talk about all the August 2023 solicitations. I'm using a PDF that Boom sent out to folks. This is basically what the pages look like in previews. Figured it'd just be easier since a lot of folks um, pick up previews already. So just kind of figured it would just kind of
Yeah, I don't
be
have mine
easy
yet.
to do.
Daggone it.
Yeah, I didn't pick mine up yesterday like I should have. I was overwhelmed by the number of books that I had from the last 3 weeks.
Well, 3 weeks, yeah, I can
so,
understand.
so I was
Mine's
like,
in the mail, probably at the post office now. I just need to go and get it, but
yeah, cool.
I don't have it here, so
All right, so we'll go ahead and start getting in there. So obviously, the first one that they've got is the mini deaths of Layla Starr, pen and ink number one. This will have a main cover, and then it'll have a spot UV variant and a blank sketch variant. So that seems to be the same 3 covers that Something Is Killing had as well. So
right.
I guess they have a format that they're going to follow with these. We'll kind of we'll have a better idea next month when we see the next book solicited. So, but yeah, I mean, good cover or good price, $7 for this. I know a lot of folks really enjoyed this book. It won quite a few awards.
Yeah,
So it's been I think them going with a pen and ink for this is going to get a lot of folks picking this up. One who've already read it, but I do feel like they're going to get folks that probably haven't read it, but are kind of in the they enjoy process, like we do. So I think this will be a good book for them as well. And I am, the pen and ink for Something Is Killing, I think comes out in the next week, or not next week, but I think it's either the following week. It's in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that'll finally give us an opportunity to see sort of the content, what kind of commentary and those kind of things that we get sort of the formatting and everything. I'm kind of curious about what that is. I mean, we both know what the larger previous versions have been, so
Hmm.
I'm curious on how they do that with with these versions. So, all right, so oh, that's got a couple pages from it, which is nice. And then we get the rare flavors tasting menu ash can, which I think is very interesting that they have an ash can solicited because you don't see that very often.
Hmm.
But this is Ram V and Felipe Andrades, the creative team from Layla Star. This is their next book. So this will be, so it's an ash can. It's 24 pages, so we're going to get some preview art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if this may be the actual first issue just as an ash can format. You get a main cover, which is the one that you see here on the page, and it says to be announced who the unlockable variant cover will be. So I'm sure we'll see that as it gets closer to FOC. Um, so I've gone ahead and pre-ordered both of these just because I'm like that. I didn't want to miss out on this. I've been Ashcans are my new thing. I don't know. I've picked up a few, not a lot of them, but a few of them here recently, and then I've been looking at older ones. Early image stuff had a lot of Ashcans, so I've been looking at them. Some are a little more expensive, so that's kind of why I'm buying the newer ones now. If I have any remote interest in it. Obviously, this one has. I'm very interested in this. Just it's a new Boom series. It's a new Ram V series. It's those kind of things. So it's a lot in that. Check boxes are getting checked off. So I knew I had to go ahead and pre-order it. I do like the fact that we can pre-order an ash can
Hmm.
instead of getting the notification the day before it comes out. Hey, some of your stores might have this. I'm like, well, that
Yeah.
means I'm not going to get
Yeah. Really, that's what it means.
it.
I guess
Thanks
I'll
a
have to
lot.
resort to the secondary market.
Right? Yeah, I did luck out on the Red Sonja one because nobody at my shop I think buys Red Sonja, so they were like, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll pull that for you. I was like, cool. All right. So the gem of the month is Mech Cadets number 106. This is Greg Pak's continuation of his series from several years back. There's we're getting the animated series here soon, and this is just the sequel to the original series. Definitely a bunch of variant covers solicited. That's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now a couple of these are foil incentives, so it's probably the incentive cover and the exact same cover but foil.
Right. Yeah.
I have been enjoying the foil, the old variant or gimmick cover fan in me is like I like a shiny cover
The
because I
gold
like
cover, the platinum cover, the
yes.
yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm buying them though. I do like them. Uh, I did see the Power Girl special from Boom from DC that came out yesterday. They had several foil covers. I was like, y'all are paying attention to Boom, aren't you? Like they would have, same cover, foil and not foil. One
Yep.
was a couple bucks more than the other one. But yeah, so everybody's getting into that format. So I do like this solicitation here. It says, regular cover price is $4.99, but the foil ones are $6.99. So I appreciate the fact they've already told us up front what they are. Did you read the original Met Cadets
Yes.
miniseries? Okay.
Yes, I did.
What'd you think of it?
I dug it.
Cool.
It was some. I thought it was a little. It was geared a little younger,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is fine with me. That's not a put down. I uh, kind of like that periodically to get away from all the adultness. We're going to kill a
Mhm.
character just to bring him
Right.
back in a couple months. Oh, I'm sorry. Not
Oh
that
yeah, that's
comic
something
books do
else.
that, mind you, but
No.
just yeah, just something. Well, as a for instance, I've been reading a lot of not a lot of, but I've been inserting um, Rosa and Bark's Disney books into my regular reading
Oh,
just
okay,
to
cool.
break up that pattern with a little bit of Mostly Donald. Every now and then it'll be a Mickey, but it's
Mhm.
mostly Donald. And I like the break. I like the ease. Now, that being said, Met Cadets was a little bit deeper, in
Oh,
my
for
mind
sure.
anyways, than a
Mhm.
lot of the Donald Duck stories that I'm reading. But the point still remains a nice um, palate break. Not really a
Yeah.
palate cleanser, but just a break in the whatever that you're normally reading. Which, boy, here from Boom lately is really intense,
Oh, yeah.
almost always horror-y kind of, so it's like, yeah, they need to insert a couple lighter fare in there before everybody just goes on a rampage and starts hurting people because of all this darkness that they're
Well,
filling
and
their
that's
soul with.
kind of the thing, we've obviously we followed Boom for a very long time, and they tend to do sort of these, like, there was a time 7, 8, 9 years ago, whatever, that they were doing a lot of horror, suspense, thriller type books and stuff like that. And then that sort of peaked and they kind of went into um just other books that weren't that focus, and they were kind of all, I don't say all over the place. It was just a very sort of wide range of
Yeah,
other
very varied.
themes and stuff. And but they kind of steered away from that for a bit. And I think once something is killing, and they
Yep.
started to, like, oh
Here the
well,
past
people are wanting to read this stuff again. So
past couple
we've
3 years, it's been
we've
like
got the people who like to do those things. So
Cullen Bunn
let me make some
heyday.
phone calls.
Phew, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, if you've got Cullen Bunn on your speed
Dude.
dial, like, hey man, do you got another book? Oh yeah, yeah, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, the man has no lack. He and Matt Kent, no lack for ideas,
No. Oh, yeah,
for a
no,
new
not at
book.
all.
So
I just saw, I get his newsletter, and he was just talking about, 2 I think over the last 2 newsletters, 2 Kickstarters that are coming out that are
oh man,
anthologies that he has a story in each one,
nice.
on top of all this,
Oh, there's other
um,
stuff, yeah,
mass market stuff that
yeah,
he's doing, yeah, so
keeping busy. But yeah, so a new 6 issue miniseries coming out in August, from Greg Pak and uh, oh, I can't pronounce.
is it Sunny? It's not Sunny Lou, is it?
No,
Uh,
Sunny Lou's doing a variant though. But yeah,
Takeshi Miyazawa?
there you go. You're much better at that than I am.
Takeshi Miyazawa, I believe.
Yep. So we get speaking of Sunny Lou, that's Sunny Lou's cover right there.
Yeah, there it is, okay. I
And
know
then
I'd seen his name
some of
attached.
the interior. Very, like it, I need to go back and read the first miniseries again because I did enjoy that quite a bit. I remember, I distinctly remember when I picked up the first issue. I
Go
was
go back
on a,
up to the Lou cover.
yeah.
No, down. The other
No,
cover. The
oh,
second
there's
cover. Oh,
no,
no,
no.
that one. No,
That is the
that was
cover.
another
Yeah.
cover, yeah. I wanna tap that emblem there behind him and start talking,
Oh, nice.
right? That's
Yeah.
what it looks like to me. I wanna tell him to send down, the rest of the red shirts,
But
or,
like,
something, whatever.
yeah. Did you get some pens made?
Yep.
Out with every first issue. So, oh, they're giving quite a bit of cover and preview art and everything of that. That's awesome. So, yeah, so this is, oh, that's still another cover. I thought that was like a trade or maybe that is the trade cover. Um, but yeah, so new Netflix animated series, so that's cool. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 11 is a gem of the month. This is also part of the Darkest Hour crossover. This is the kickoff of it. So we're going to get a 12-month event. This will not be jumping from like previous Shattered Grid and stuff like that. We're jumping back and forth between two Power Ranger series. We currently just have the one that's going on right now. I am without a doubt there will be one shots and stuff like that because
Mm,
I like the idea of it all being in one series, and then to sort of build up a concept or a character or something like that. Here's a one shot.
right.
We can do some focus here. So that's what they've been doing a really good job, ever since they've got Power Ranger, you know, at Boom. So so I've and I've read a few most of the issues that are out now, they've all been good. I'm going full force. I will, if not go into an in-depth review, I'm going to do my best to at least mention every time that it comes out, when Darkest Hour, because I do want to see what this event does. I do think you get some of, when you really put sort of a focus on a story arc. I really think all the creative teams sort of like, all right, we know we're doing a good job, we're putting in all the effort, but this is special. We got to sort of we got to, Spinal Tap. We got to put it on 11. We got to really crank it up for everybody. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out.
Now, maybe here in the solicitation, there's a little line that kind of gets into what you're going to run into a little bit more. I understand that it's called, darkest hour, of
Mhm.
course, and then one of these variants is labeled the dark grid variant. But at the bottom here, you see it says fans of Marvel Zombies and deceased
Oh no,
wouldn't be caught dead missing out on the debut of the dark grid variant cover. So maybe that's just in reference to the covers.
maybe.
Maybe that's not the type of story that it is, but that could allude to what the focus of the story is as well. I don't know. You can see the cover, and it looks like a zombie Power Ranger there on the cover.
Well, I mean, it does say, with the
Distorted.
control of the grid and the dark specters, infectious, uh, spreading through the universe. I mean, it's an
Okay,
infection.
well, it could be. Yep,
Yeah, could
could
be.
be like what was the Green Lantern DC one? Darkest Hour? No.
Oh, you're talking about Blackest Night?
Yeah, Blackest Night.
Yep.
Where yeah. So, anyways, not
I
gonna
don't know. We'll see. Might
not gonna
be that
suppose there.
that'd be interesting. And they always do the nice, I love these covers. I mean, they're super simple, but they do them all the time with all the different characters and the different
Mhm.
costume designs and stuff like that. So this is, you know, it's always a good one.
The helmet
Uh,
variant.
but we're also getting the 30th anniversary special with a Dan Moore cover because, why not? Uh, so it's Dan Moore. He didn't have
Yeah, I
anything
was gonna
else
say,
to do.
look at the cover. There should be. I
Yeah.
mean, that's yeah.
So, but yeah, tons of variants and stuff like that. They do a really good job of uh, providing Power Ranger fans with as many different covers to pick up as possible. I always say that's hilarious. But this is the issue where Amy Jo Johnson and Matt Hodson's story is going to be in. Um, so so there's that one. That's a pretty cool helmet
There's a
cover.
helmet cover. Yep.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. And then, again, more of the again, not my style, but I do appreciate it. I know some folks are big fans of that. And then we
Okay.
get this giant, front and back, gatefold cover.
This cover that you said is not your style.
Oh yeah, the
This is the Etsy style that
okay.
was
That's what I
all
thought you were
over
talking
South
about.
Carolina. This is that. Every other person that had a booth there was doing something, art or figures or buttons or with this type of art style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, it's
Well,
nice. I mean, it's a clean style. I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's just
it, well,
not a thing I'm into. So
okay, it is manga-esque of the 80s. And
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a reason why predominantly manga is not drawn like that anymore.
yeah.
People have moved on, and
It's
so I mean that's
making a
but
comeback.
but yeah, this is very much like a 80s, maybe early 90s Joshi manga, let's say, but it's
Yeah,
it's a very it's an older manga style is what it strikes me as.
and Jamal Campbell doing his covers. He does some great covers. The coloring in it alone is so good in his stuff. But again, that gatefold cover,
Yeah, that is yeah.
that's gonna be pretty sweet.
Did you
Um,
have you seen that big gatefold cover for the maybe maybe it just came out this week, that Fantastic Four cover?
I have seen it. Yeah, I
Uh,
haven't seen the actual issue itself in my hand, but yeah, I
issue
have seen the gatefold cover.
8? So I don't know if that one came out this week or not, but I think that's a cover for issue 8 that's got
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
way more
crazy.
characters than a cover should have.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Whew, man.
800
Oh,
characters
yeah, it
probably.
was like, whoa.
So, and we get soft cover for Call to Darkness for Power Rangers Unlimited. Again, I highly recommend if you're kind of like Ed and I, who does not have a vast knowledge of Power Rangers or anything like that, um, picking up these trades and stuff like that, such a great idea. I mean, to really get in there. I mean, $17, you get 112 pages or whatever. This is a self-contained story. Um, I forget who wrote the article. It's just been recently. But talking about Boom's um art direction for Power Rangers since they've had the license. They have not put um I hate to say you haven't put a bad person on it, but they have made a point of being of having extremely talented folks working on the art for these books that make each of those issues that are series and stuff that they work on their own. And so when you pick up something, a trade or something like that, you're going to see that. And that's been really good. We make fun of Dan Mora. But if you're going to, Dan Moore is one of those guys who can crank out a cover, crank out, pin up even a whole issue, much faster than everybody else. I mean, obviously Dan Moore doing the cover for this trade. Um, but they have gotten some really, really great folks doing the art on these books. So definitely recommend checking it out if you're a casual fan of the comic, like like Ed and I are. Definitely not deep fan of the TV show. Just I know of it, and that's about it.
Yep.
So it was coming out just as I was in college, and that was it just wasn't my thing.
The article you referred to was by David Harper on Sketched,
Oh, that's right. Okay.
SKTCHD.com, Sketched.
And he did an interview that just came out, I think, um, with on his podcast with Ram V. So,
Okay.
so if you want to check that, I haven't listened to it yet. I do. I subscribe to his podcast. It's always he's 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 just he's a really good interviewer. He comes at it from a marketing perspective because I think that's what his day job is. But it comes across extremely casual and just gives his guests just wide range of opportunity to really talk about whatever they're on the show to talk about. I mean, he's had comic book folks. He's also had editors and marketing folks and retailers and stuff like that. Just a full gamut of folks on the show. So, but yeah, so I completely forgot that's where it was. But yeah,
That's why you keep me around, man.
hey, somebody's got to remind me what the heck
And
I'm doing. I read this thing vaguely. Can you tell me where I read it?
did you see that? Yeah, it was kind of it's like, hang on, I'll find it.
Give me a second. Yeah. That's I just keep talking and Ed does the research. That's it's not quite a fact checking. It's more of
No,
a
it's Google foo
it's
is
Google
what it is. That's
Google
what it
for.
is. Google foo. Yeah.
So here's another Magic Planeswalker one shot that we had talked about a second ago. Funny enough, Cullen Bunn is writing this with Rich Duke. Um, so we've got this in solicitation, $8, 40 pages, unless you're getting the secret variant, which is a $9.99 cover. Um, but yeah, so kind of continuing, and maybe that's what they're going to do for a while. They're going to do a couple, do a one
One
shot
shot.
every month until whatever. I don't know. I am kind of interested in what Colin Bunn got to say, in the world of magic. So, is it going to be a horror story?
Well, it involves a vampire,
Well, there you go.
so that is kind of leaning towards the Bunverse.
That's his bread and butter right there.
So it's
He knows how to tell those stories. Speaking of vampires, Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, number 1 of 5, jumping back into this world. Um, so this is Casey Gilly, um, Roig.
Oriole Roig.
So jumping on to this one, we've had a mini series of Last Vampire Slayer in a one shot. This is just continuing that story of an older Buffy, and so she and Spike, apparently, because he's still on the cover, um, still roaming the land. I've enjoyed the mini series. I didn't read the one shot yet, but the first mini series was pretty good. Um, and I wouldn't think that the one shot would be any worse. So check this one out when it comes out. Let's see. Are you going back to look and see what comments I've made in the past?
No, no,
No, no,
I
you said
was
this sucked, and
yeah,
this is
yeah,
incorrect.
let's see. I didn't like it either, and no.
And we're
Um,
done.
I was thinking, whenever I see the name Francisco Francavilla, I always and the reason it's coming up here, I don't know if you guys can read it. He's got one of the variant covers. He's got
Yep.
an incentive cover for this, and it went through my head. I I think really the first time that I can remember paying any notice to Francisco Francavilla, it was because of Steve Bryant.
Mhm.
Okay, he did an Athena Voltaire. That's
Yep.
for those of you that don't know, that's his creator-owned character. Awesome, awesome character. Think female Rocketeer, and
Oh, for sure, yeah.
you've got it nailed. Well, with a few more Nazis, but um, there was a flip book from Ape Entertainment
Yeah. That's who was
that
doing it, yeah.
had Athena Voltaire on one side and a Francesco character that was like a pulpy 30s, 40s street level uh, Batman-esque character.
Yeah. I can't
And
remember
that
what the
was
character's name is, but yeah, I remember that.
like, yeah, like the black bat or the black something like that, I
Yeah.
think. But and unfortunately, it was not the two series were not finished because it was right about the time that Ape went under.
Yeah.
And I'd say a mix of Rocketeer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see Indiana Jones kind of adding to the Rocketeer there, Hyper. And good on you for knowing Athena Voltaire, man. That's
Yep.
awesome. Um, and so I always think all the way back, and that leads me down a rabbit hole of Steve Bryant and comic geek speak, and
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
Francisco Francavilla is for me a very nostalgic, touchstony kind of creator.
Mhm.
So Black Coat, there you go.
There you go.
And if it was Black Coat, wasn't Black Coat his pirate character rather than a pulpy Revolutionary War? Okay, okay,
Yeah,
there
it
we
was
go.
yeah,
Okay,
that's right. I
yeah,
was having to think. I
too
remembered the
much
name, yeah.
crap going through my head to get it all straight. I'm not trying to slight anybody, but yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, it
anyways,
was
that's
Black Beetle. I had that in my head, and I
w-
didn't wanna say it
that.
because I knew that would be
Okay,
wrong.
yes, that was his pulpy character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Black Coat flip book with Athena Voltaire.
Yep.
Good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry. That was a way aside there. Had very little to do with Buffy. So
Well, he has been doing, Frankavilla has been doing some, Buffy variants, so
yeah, it seems mostly that's where I see is him doing variant covers.
yeah.
I think he's had like one title out there from like maybe a smaller company,
Mhm.
and that was I don't see him quite
It's
as
been a
much.
while. Yeah.
I don't see him quite as frequently as I used to, but I mean, if he's doing covers, that explains why,
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
he's
he's
able to
good.
take his time and
Mhm.
whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember running into him a bunch of times at Heroes Con in the past.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
yep. Enjoy the side notes, especially if they get yes.
Oh, I bother Steve every 3 months or so about, "So, when's more Athena coming out?
I
When are we gonna?"
just
So,
pulled do you remember I don't know if you were with me when I bought it off of, Steve Bryant, but the Athena Voltaire, I guess for lack of a better term, omnibus,
the compendium or
the
whatever. Okay.
compendium? Yeah, so
Yeah, I believe I was there that year.
I
Yeah.
picked that up off of him. I just pulled that out, this past weekend, pulled it out of the tubs of hardcovers and stuff that I still haven't put on a shelf yet. I pulled
Okay.
that out because I was like, "I need to read this again."
Oh, man.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so, yeah.
And if anybody else is curious, he has gotten wrapped up in the lawsuit, against, Action Labs, and so until
Oh,
that
yeah,
gets
yeah.
settled out, he is not going to be able to do anything with Athena.
Yeah,
So,
that's
um,
stupid,
those
but yes.
those things can go on for years and years,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So, but he has other products that he's coming out with. He's popped out a couple Kickstarters since all that
Oh, yeah.
crap started with other characters. So he's out there, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
good.
Ear
And
Ear
I want
E
Athena.
is the latest one.
I want Athena.
Yeah.
I think the latest Kickstarter was that project he did while he was in art school as a web comic,
Oh, there was, the one that
and
I
and
got a
he
couple
collected it.
like 2 or 3 well, I don't know, maybe a month ago, was the, Eevee it was
Oh, Van
the
Helsing.
Van Helsing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, that's coming out now. I think the next issue just wrapped up on Kickstarter.
Okay, that's what it
So,
was.
yeah, Evie Van Helsing, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's what he's doing now.
cool. It's good stuff. Alright, so we got a couple trades, Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, The Lost Summers, this is the one I was just talking about,
There you
that
go.
mini
He
series,
wrote
so
Evie and the Helsings. So,
yeah,
okay.
there you
A
go.
musical themed
It's a
kind of
this is
concept.
the Boom Studios slash Steve Bryant, podcast. So,
Yes,
we're
yes. Pro Steve Bryant. Yes.
pro Steve. Um, but yeah, Casey Gilly continuing writing, about, you know, about everything Buffy these days, which is great. Another, Firefly trade paperback, which is good. The third volume of Berserker, the softcover version of it, that I didn't think they were going to No, 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 they were going to publish those. Did you ever
Well,
get?
that's what the Kickstarter has
I
been. I
thought
haven't gotten a
so.
third one.
I was getting ready to ask, did you get your third one yet?
No, I haven't gotten a third one yet.
Okay. Um,
Live and
sorry.
learn, they say.
Yeah,
Live and learn.
sorry. I don't. There's no reason why. Um, so transition. Oh no, still here.
Still, yep, still that third trade that I don't have yet. Yeah, okay.
I do like Discover. Something is killing number 32. Feels like this book has been coming out forever, and it has.
Wow, yeah,
But
32 issues.
it's still good. I did my again. I've talked about doing FOC orders. This is one of those books I don't wait for FOC. I just order everything as soon as it gets solicited because I know I'm going to buy it regardless. This is the one boom book that I do buy as many preview or variant covers as they release. I don't do store variants and that kind of thing, or artist variants or whatever, but
Right,
I will
yeah.
pick up all of these things. So, because I really, really love this series.
There's a Dan Mora variant.
Is there? Of course.
The little
Oh
one
yeah,
down
yeah, this
here,
one
yeah,
right here. Yeah,
the red one, yeah.
yeah. That
I
looks
guess
very
maybe that's
familiar to another variant that I have that
B
I think is
cover.
a Dan Moore too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
a Charlie Adlard cover for this too. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a TBA is added again with an FOC reveal.
Man,
Gets a lot of
busy.
work.
Yeah.
But But Chris, TBA means I don't care. It's a busy guy.
Yeah,
It
that's
could be a
it. I
girl. We
want
don't
his
know.
stuff, man. I
Yeah.
like everything that they do.
They never reveal who he is, or who they are. So
Who they are, yeah.
House of Slaughter number 16. This is a funky. This Javier Rodriguez cover. That is a funky looking cover, and I don't even know what to think of it. It just looks like it's a 2D. Like the first thing I thought, I was like, oh, it looks like a sort of a weird animated Lego thing.
Like
Uh,
Lego or Mini Mates. It's like,
yeah, and I was just
what are you
like, I
playing at
am
there?
all for this cover. It just looks so bizarre, and I'm very happy that it's the cover A. So it just looks really really funky. But it is the first part of a new story arc, Alabaster, which is going to be talking about Bolt. The It says the fan favorite White Mask, a young boy with an amputated arm and a tendency to survive suicidal odds.
One arm or both?
It says, oh, both arms, amputated arms. That's why it
Yeah,
looks so funny.
okay.
I totally forgot that he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he's missing both arms.
I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
He is the white mask bait is what
He's
he
bait,
is,
yeah.
man.
Oh, I said Balt. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read like tiny, tiny writing. Yeah, his name is Bait. That is right.
Bait, yeah, the fan favorite white man, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So that'll be. I I'm looking forward to this one. This will be fun. I say fun. I mean, how much fun can you have with this
Well,
series?
being
Uh,
a bait for monsters,
yeah. So we'll
in Erie,
see.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So we'll see. Grim 12. This series just keeps going, which is
Yep,
great.
yep.
Stephanie Phillips and Flaviano. Um, Speaking of Boom Direct earlier, they were on the first episode talking about this series. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, I would recommend that. Yeah, I just recently read. I got caught up reading. There was a couple issues. Um, 6, 7, 8, I think is what it was that I hadn't read.
Okay.
So I got caught up on that. So still good stuff. Dan the Ball number 7. This is the return of this series, which is good. Um, it's now a newly ongoing hit series, returning with a new story arc, perfect for new readers. Again, we talked about the in FOC that the first trade paperback will be coming out here soon. It's on
Mhm.
FSC. So if you've not had a chance to pick up the first 6 issues, there's your opportunity to pick up that trade paperback and get ready for this in August. It is a really good book. I still need to finish all 6 issues. I'm about 3 issues into it, but the art by Adlard is because of how magic is sort of presented visually, um, is interesting. He really is. He's really earning his money for
Oh,
this
oh,
for
yeah,
this one.
yeah.
He's doing some good stuff. Sirens of the City number 2 of 6. This is Joanne Starr and Carrie Randolph's new series. I don't know, like I'm a fan of Carrie Randolph from previous work, so I'm looking forward to this solely on the art, but I am very curious on the story. So so we'll see. The cover art that we've seen so far has been pretty crazy. They just announced like a Scotty Young cover for the first issue. So that's pretty cool. I like when Scotty Young's doing art that's not the baby version of his art
Mhm.
style. So when he gets to do some other stuff, so this is definitely that cover had that opportunity. So uh, yeah, so looking forward to this one. And here we go. We, we are only if you I keep forgetting not everybody watches the show. I'm like over here just like cheering
Hey, yeah,
silently.
that's fine.
The next on the previews is We Only Find Them When They're Dead Deluxe Edition. This is in previews. This is their certified cool, which obviously it is. Al Ewing and Simone Mios very awesome series. 400 pages, 49.99, comes out October 4th. There is a slipcase hardcover. The
For,
fanboy in me wants to get that, but I'm not.
for
I
20 more bucks. I mean, is it
it's
really a slipcase for 20 bucks? That's kind
it,
of steep for
it
me. I mean,
seems
you
it goes
know,
$5, $10 maybe.
ah,
Yeah, but
20
yeah,
bucks.
$20 seems a little nuts. Um, this has been this much like Once and Future was one of my favorite series that Boom's done in a while. So I definitely will be picking up this one. Just looks, I can't wait to pick
To
this
just
up.
sit there and just be able to
Oh
keep
my god,
going, just
just
keep
keep.
going. Yeah,
I
just
have I've been thinking recently because I haven't read the last issue. And I mean, I have read the last issue in, Boom sends out PDF copies and stuff like that. I have read it, so I know how the story ends, but I've not been able to find the last issue in a
oh,
store.
no way, really?
So yeah,
Oh,
like it was one of those books that um I just picked up off the shelf because everybody was ordering it. But for whatever reason, either no local shops ordered it or they ordered so little that they just sold out on Wednesday. I don't know
right.
because I was at the time going into every shop either on Wednesday or Thursday after work.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just missed out on this last issue.
I go to my
So
comic shop and order it there with a bunch of your Boom back issues and
I know.
have it come in.
I need to put that order in sometime here in the near future. Alice Never After, number 205. I'm super stoked. We're getting another one of these. Dan Panesian and
Giorgio
Giorgio
Spalletta,
Spalletta. Thank you very much. If I say it
San
super
Francisco
slow, I
Staccato.
sound weird. But yeah, new sequel. This is a sequel to the original Alice Never After. So um, I didn't know that we were going to get a new one. So when Dan posted, because I follow him on like every bit of social media that there is, because he's one of my favorite artists. When as soon as he didn't even say he was doing a new book, he just sort of put some art up,
Art,
and
yeah,
I was like, "That better be a new series."
yeah,
And he was
like
like, "Yes, it's a new
working
series."
on today or
Yep.
something like that, and he'll post a
Yeah.
page, yeah.
So yeah, if you're
And
not following
now
him
he
on
has
Twitter,
started tagging Boom Addiction when he does that.
yes, he did.
I've
Yeah,
noticed.
that's been
So,
awesome. So yeah,
yeah,
we are in sync now. We are on board. But yeah, first miniseries was great, beautiful to look at. And I can only imagine that this sequel series would be more of that. So let's see. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 8. This is, let's see, what's Doug got to say? Really enjoyed Alice. I didn't know it was getting a say. Doug, now you do.
yeah,
In the first issue of Solicitations last
there you
month. So
go.
where you been, man? Where you been?
And what is it, 1 of 5?
One
Yeah,
of
or 2 of 5?
six. Or excuse me, 205. Yeah, yeah.
2
So
of
we got
5,
five
yeah, so
issues.
another 5-issue series,
Yep.
or
So,
another 5-issue chapter, probably.
but it is so good. So I have
Yep.
to be checking that out. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 8. This is Jason Aaron's 15 issue
Wait
3 arc
wait a minute.
series.
Oh, no, he was there at the beginning, okay. I was gonna say, is that the first time Doug has said it? But no, he's
Yeah.
been there the whole time. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. The whole time. Yeah. So we're getting the 8th issue. This again, it's a 15 issue, 3 arc series, each arc having a different artist. This particular one has Lola Del Duca on it. So
Yeah.
first storyline or first arc, we get to see these two as not children, but like preteens in this sort of apocalyptic wasteland of a world. And this is just their journey through this world together as they get older. And it's been, it's been pretty interesting. But it definitely is a character piece. So
Mhm, yeah.
it's sort of it's a character piece that has apocalyptic wasteland in the backdrop. It's what everybody wants. Yeah, it's a Disney story yet to be told. So
Yeah, a
uh,
new type of Disney princess.
yes, Exactly. Harrower, the soft cover, is coming out in October. So this is an advanced solicitation. Justin Jordan and Brom Revel's series that just wrapped up here last week.
Mhm.
So we thoroughly enjoyed it. We both kind of wish the ending. You know, I'd like to see more. And apparently on social media after on Friday and Saturday, I did see a lot of folks kind of talking about it with Justin Jordan,
Okay.
and he did not confirm that there was a sequel coming, but he did say he sees that there's a possibility,
Okay.
and, and which all of us that were attached to that thread were like, yeah, yeah, you just need to go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and just start working on it. So maybe in the future we'll see a sequel to this one. So, but yeah, you can pick up soft cover for that, 17.99, 128 pages, October 25th, just in time for Halloween.
Yep.
I wonder if that was on purpose. Yes, it was. Ghost Lore number 4, Cullen Bunn series. Um, we've been enjoying that. You're also getting Ghost Lore Volume 1, the Discover Now edition. This, I think, the Discover Now ones are the ones that go only to comic shops. I think that's the way that works. I forget. That what makes them Discover Now. And then future editions, not of the Discover Now, but just regular edition, go to everybody. Go to bookstores and libraries and everybody else. But this particular one is going to cover the first 4 issues. So this Advanced Solicitations October 23rd. So I was thinking, oh, well, we're getting issue 4 out on August 9th. But yeah, we'll get the trade 2 months later, in October. So, but yeah, so you can check out the first 4 issues there. You got plenty of time to pick up. The first issue did get a second printing, so if you're
Mhm.
one of those folks who needs all first printings or something like that, you'll have to do a little looking. But if not, you can wait till October and get your trade. Don't wait. Go ahead and pick it up. Pick up the issues. And then World's End, Wild's
Mhm.
End number 3 of 6. This is Dan Abnett and INJ Colbard's sequel series to the previous one. Yeah, this is I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. It's really not a whole lot to say to it. I just because one, it's been forever since that series came out, and or at least it feels that way. And I need to go back and reread that one before this one gets started to kind of catch myself up on it.
Let's call it an anthropomorphic version of War of the Worlds.
Yes,
That's what the
that's a yeah,
first, second, and yeah, that's what all 3 of the first chapter, whatever you wanna call it, but there were 3, 3 volumes. The
yeah.
first 2 were in individual issues. The 3rd volume, though, was released as a trade paperback.
Has it really been 3 volumes?
Mhm,
Wow, I have
yeah,
totally blanked
or
out on
3
that.
chapters, and then this is the 2nd volume. I mean, however you wanna
Man.
divide it up, but
Yeah,
there were 3 segments to the previous story, and then we have this one, so
cool.
however you wanna call them, describe them.
I do see that David Peterson is doing one of the incentive covers, so,
Ah, I have
gonna have
not
to
seen hide nor hair of that,
well, I mean, they've got it here
so
in
it's oh,
previews.
do they?
Oh, yeah, it's
Oh,
right
yeah,
here.
you're right here it is. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so
Yeah, he's most of his stuff that I've been seeing is with that, Usagi Ninja Turtles
mhm,
series coming
yeah,
out. He's been doing connecting covers for it,
and they're pretty.
which this is another person that it's like, yeah, that's fine, it's pretty, Mouse Guard.
Yes, mouse
Want
guard.
Mouse Guard. I'm glad that you're
I'm
doing other
really
things
surprised
and
that we haven't seen more
Mouse
mouse
Guard.
guard. Yeah, there's gotta be a reason. I don't know.
Well, according to David, there were some personal things that occurred that kind of, um, messed up any plans that he had of
Hmm,
doing things like that in the future. and so kind of had to step back and do some real life lining up kind of stuff.
Right.
Um, Now, if that is still the case, I don't know. That was 2 or 3 years ago at Heroes that I
Mhm.
asked him, which actually probably longer than that because it would have been before the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that's almost 5 years ago. But the Weasel War is what he wants to do next, and that's about all the information that I could get out of him.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, hopefully we'll see something
one
at
day.
some point. It would be nice. Creed number 3 of 4, Latoya Morgan and Johnny Jameson, illustrated by Wilton Santos and Valentine Del Landro. We just talked about the first issue of this is on FOC right now. So if you're interested in this, that would be a perfect chance to make sure you get the first issue. I did see Boom tweeted or retweeted Boss Logic is doing some
Mhm,
variant covers for this series. So I didn't see the artwork I can recall off the top of my head. Um, I'm sure they had it. I just wasn't paying attention. But I am going to go back and look for that because I know those covers are going to be pretty sweet. So
mhm.
let's see, Dune, House of Harkonnen, number 8 of 12. Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson with Fran Golland on art. Um, and Patricio Del Pesce on colors. This is $4.99, 32 pages. Continuing this, I am kind of interested. Um, we got House Atreides. Now we're doing House Harkonnen. Um, what's going to be the next book that they do? um, for or next comic series because they've been doing mini series that are like what I think a couple of them are like 4 issues or 6 issues, and then we've
Mhm.
got these that are 12. I'm kind of curious on how like I
They
would like to see Boom do all the books or whatever, um or however they're going to just keep this property for a long time. It definitely seems like they've got a good relationship um with Brian Herbert. And so, you know, what what more can they do, with this property? So um I think I've decided to pick it all up in trades or hardcovers. I think that is probably going to be the best way for me to read it. I probably still pick up a couple of the issues just because I'm stupid. I like to double, triple. How many different ways can I pick up a book? So
mm,
we shall see. But Dune House Harkonnen Volume 1, the hardcover, speaking of which, this will be the first 4 issues, is $24.99. Like I said, covering the first 4 issues of that. That'll be out in October. And then here's one of my favorites, Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, Creation's Myth, the complete collection. This is also advanced solicitation or solicit for October of 2023. Brian Hogan, Joshua Dysart, Matthew Dow Smith, illustrated by Alex Sheikman
Schickman.
and Lizzie John. This is a 288 page volume. $75 for it. It is going to be one of those big old hardcovers. This is the first of 4 definitive Dark Crystal hardcovers. I think isn't this part of what they did the Kickstarter of? This is the retail version of it.
I believe so, yeah.
So there are a lot of these Dark Crystal books that I have in my collection, but I don't have all of them. So I'm really, really tempted. $75 is a bit pricey just for my budget, but definitely if I had nothing else to buy that I almost said that month, that week, that would definitely be one to pick up. So and you've picked up quite a few of the Dark Crystal stuff in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew you were one of those folks. I knew you were like me.
Yeah, especially the last, probably the last 2/3. I think I was kind of oblivious when they first got the license and started putting stuff out,
Yeah,
but then, like, the last 2/3 or so of the series and one shots and things they put out, I've grabbed, yeah.
yeah. They do a good job with it. I wish they would. Wish we. I mean, their whole relationship with the Jim Henson Company itself has been
Yeah,
solid. So anytime they want to publish any of Jim Henson's stuff, I am all for it. Fence Redemption number 304, continuing that series, 4 issue series. I am going to be curious about this one moving forward because, in the past it had been single issues and then it moved to graphic novels. And now this is the first attempt back doing it single issues. I wonder how that, we'll just call it experiment, how that experiment has worked for them. Are they going to continue doing this in single issues, or maybe go back, do they try it for another, because I don't know how many stories they have to tell, but I am curious if they're gonna uh, do another mini series, or depending on whatever the results are, maybe go back to doing original graphic novels. Um, so I am curious on, once they get to the next volume, whatever that might be, what they're going to do with that. And then the very last book of this Solicitations is Giant Days Library Edition Volume 3. The hardcover for that coming out again. This is an advanced solicitation for October of 2023. 240 pages, 29.99, written by John Allison, illustrated by Max Sarin, colors by Whitney Koger, and cover by Max Sarin. I talked about when the solicitations or FOC for the first volume of this. I didn't read Giant Days when it came out. I think I read the first issue, but that was it. I didn't pick up the rest of it. And I honestly, I did think about it after the show. Why didn't I pick up anymore? I thought it was going to be like a short run series. Like, I thought it was just going to be, oh, I can easily go pick that up. And then when it got to be 24, 25, 26 issues in, which, this particular volume is covering 17 through 24, I was kind of like, uh-oh, now it's still going. And
yep,
and I failed to pick it up, and now I don't know what to do. So I just didn't read it. But I pre-ordered the volume 1 for this. And so I'll probably continue to pick it up this way. I think it's a good price for the pages that you get. And like I said, they're doing this now because they were not Boom's doing this because they were not very happy with how the original hardcovers came out. The quality of them, and it was early, it was early days of Boom trying to put out something, really nice for store or for libraries, really. And they just weren't happy with it. And so they decided to try again. They did a Kickstarter for it. And so now this is sort of the actual library version of those
right.
books. So, but good stuff. So lots and lots and lots of good stuff, both single issues, hardcovers, trades, uh, one shot. There's a great plethora of formats and stuff and styles of writing and everything else that's coming out this particular month. And really, honestly, every month from Boom these days, there's something for everybody. You don't have to be like us and try and read as much of it as you possibly can. Uh, if there's just something, one or two books that do pique your interest, um,
Yep.
go for it, grab it, check it out. Um, Not everything's going to be everybody's cup of tea, and me personally, I totally understand that. Uh, I I was catching up on some reading, and buddy of mine, Mike Smith, he and I almost see eye to eye. It's kind of like Doug. We almost see eye to eye on every book that we read. And I posted I had read Titans #1, and was like, I was worried, and and this actually kind of calmed my nerves or whatever. And he he tweeted back at me. He's like, "Yeah, it didn't do anything for me." He said, "I'm not going to pick up any more issues." I was like, "Wow, you and I have a difference of opinion." So yeah, so it is like that for folks. There's a lot of different books, again, that Boom puts out. So not everything for everybody, but it definitely gives you some opportunities to try some stuff out. So I did look up Wild's End just to satisfy my curiosity.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a 6-issue miniseries back in late 2014, early 2015. And then there was the 5-issue, or excuse me, 6-issue series that came out in late 2015 to early 2016. And then yeah, then there was that um graphic novel something or another that came out. So yeah, I totally missed the second miniseries for some reason. Like, I looked at the covers and I'm like, I thought that was part of the first miniseries. Um, so shows what I know. So I appreciate you pointing that out to me.
I am a particular fan of Wild's End, so it was easy to point it out.
Cool. Cool. All right. Anything else before we run out of here kicking and screaming?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Well, everybody, I am very happy that all of you have joined us. If you're in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us, whether it be on YouTube or Facebook, or if you're checking this out on Twitter. Thank you very much for sharing it on the Comic Addiction uh, Twitter handle. We'll probably put it on the Boom Addiction one if I can remember what the password is. I just have to reset it and then apply it everywhere else I have it. Oh, so much work. Uh, but thank y'all for checking out all those different things. You can come on the website at boomaddiction.com, come by the Facebook group, which is Fans of Boom Studios, where Ed keeps up with all the things that are coming out with Boom as far as press releases and news articles and interviews and those kind of things. He provides links and everything to all of those things so you can check them out. Come and join the fan site on Facebook. You can email us at boomaddiction@gmail.com. Nobody has done that in a while. I miss all of you. I had to brush the dust, cobwebs off the email address just tonight to make sure that I didn't miss somebody, because I would hate to have missed somebody. I didn't miss anybody because no one misses us.
Oh,
Oh,
so
no,
sad.
so sympathetic. Please.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding. So you can do that. The easiest way to get in contact with us is always is Twitter. You can come by our Twitter handle for this show. It is at Boom Addiction. But you can reach us individually. Ed is at Teal Productions. I am at Chris Parton. All of that is in the show notes. You can come by our forums while they last at Just Another Fanboy at, is it freeforums.net.
Yes.
So all of that again is in the show notes. If you check us out on different podcast things, even on YouTube or whatever, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a rating. I don't know, all those whatever, all those things. What I would ask you to do is just tell somebody about us, and
Yep.
like, hey, you read that book over there, read that Boom book, you should check out this podcast. They just talk about Boom all the time. It's like they have nothing else to do. So yeah. So I would appreciate that way more than just any kind of rating, whatever. But yeah, cool. All that. And that's it. So
Yep.
Ed, as always, thank you very much, sir, for joining me.
Yes, sir.
And we will catch all of you next week. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Yeah. All right. That's the show, folks. Those of you who still remain in the chat, I appreciate, as always, that you hang out with us all this time. So if Hyper or if Doug, I think Terry, has Terry gone to bed? Is that what she
I
does?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything in a little while, and I think that's why.
Now, we did have quite a few people show up on YouTube checking us out. So that was cool. So if you're lurking, you can, don't lurk. You can chat. You can just say hello.
You too, Doug, man. Thanks for being online with us.
Yep, we do appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and sign off here and catch all of y'all on the Twitter. Goodbye.
Bye, folks.